In this video I'm at Wyvis Kilts in Inverness, and along with a large group of all kinds of different people we're going to do a full renovation on this shop. So what we're going to do is basically strip it right back to the bare bones. We're going to empty out all of the stock, rip out the walls, the ceilings, the carpets, everything, and then start from scratch. And with a bit of luck we'll bring it right back up to date and back to life. So there was a low ceiling throughout about 2/3 of the shop, and once we started stripping it out we did some investigating because we thought maybe there was something hidden in there and that would be the reason why it was so low. But it turned out that there was actually nothing in there, it was just a void. So we decided to remove it completely to just make the shop feel twice the size basically. So that's what's going on here. And what a difference that's made already. It's like a different building straight away. So once everything had been stripped out, it was on to plastering, and the plumber was doing his first bits and bobs. As you can see, the plaster's just drying out at the moment. I didn't get a lot of video footage at this point unfortunately, but I'm just making the best that I can here. The floor also needed levelling. There was a big dip in the middle, so that's what you can see going on there. So Steve the electrician had got started, and that's why you can see wires hanging all over the place. Shortly after that the flooring guys came in and did their bit, and then we put some protective sheets down to cover the entire floor for the rest of the job. And it was really starting to take shape at that point with the nice new flooring, and the plaster was all dry as well. So I was working all kinds of funny hours on this job, like dawn till dusk and beyond. Night time was good because it was the quiet time, so there was no other trades running about, so I could get some stuff done. What you can see here is I'm just making a very simple moulded panel style wall where I'm just putting trims directly onto a plastered wall, and eventually with a couple of coats of paint it'll look just like a wooden panel wall. And it's quite a simple and effective way to make a big difference to a wall. You can also see the suspended ceiling's been put in place there as well. The tiles aren't in yet, but there's still plenty of work to do in the ceiling. So next was the decorating. We finally got a bit of colour on the walls. Had two different teams of decorators on this job. These Paul doing some wallpapering, and then we've got another team of guys outside. They were focusing on the shop front, basically just to speed up the project. There was too much for one guy to do on his own. shop front's looking good with a fresh coat of paint on it. We also had some gardeners come in and tidy up the back area for us. We had a few problems there. So I was living by the river on this job. I quite like waking up by the river. It only took me about 10 minutes to walk into work, which was nice. Yeah, Inverness is a pretty good place. There's all kinds of deliveries at funny times to try and avoid the parking wardens. Next was the brand new signs, and Steve the electrician was moaning about something.
Oh, I don't know, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Andrew was doing his radiators, and it was time for me to get started on building a new shop counter. So that's what I'm doing here. So for the counter itself, we used an oak butcher's block worktop, and then I added some trims around the sides just to make it look a bit chunkier. Next bit was the ceiling. When the guy fitted the ceiling grid, he left most of the tiles out because there was still all kinds of electrics and bits and bobs to finish up there, and there was also a leak upstairs. I just had to put some of the last tiles in place. And the scaffold was handy. So next up was the sporran shelves. I don't know what a sporran is. It's basically like a sort of hairy purse that you wear on the front of your kilt. I guess it's because, well, it gets a bit windy up in Scotland, so you need something to stop your kilt flying up in the air in the strong winds. Especially if you've got no undies on, because apparently you're not a true Scotsman if you've got underpants on under your kilt. So I'm told. Sometimes when you're a bit tired and you're just like doing too much, the best thing you can do is just stop. Even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes. So I was working some crazy hours on this job, Yeah, an important lesson is knowing when to stop and just take a breath for 10 minutes, you know. And the good thing about Inverness is right round the corner you can just walk along by the river, by the cathedral and across the bridges. Just makes you feel better. And when you get back you end up doing a better job. It's like less is more sort of thing.
So that must be the cable then now.
Decided to fit a sliding door onto the changing room in a similar style. Basically it's made from the same timber and the company made the door for us. All I had to do was fit it. Also added some shelving around the door and some rails for the clothes to hang on. And basically I was kind of just making it up at this point. Next was a custom cabinet using two 800mm wide IKEA drawer units. If you've ever been to IKEA, you'll be familiar with this guy, and this is the instructions, believe it or not. A happy face with a screwdriver, then a sad face looking at the instructions, and then a guy on the phone to IKEA. So I don't know what that's all about. I mean, yeah, basically you're on your own, just good luck to you. And here there was a drawer inside a drawer, just for extra annoyance really. But basically this cabinet, what we were going to do is I made a frame for the top of it using matching trims, and then there's a piece of glass that goes on the top of it so that you can see what's in the drawers. You'll see the glass later on. So I'm going to end this video now, and I'd like to share a poem that I wrote. It's called The Golden Thread, and it is inspired by my time working here at Wyvis Kilts. Garments born from patterns known, stitched and hemmed, weaved and sewn. Throughout this life we rise and fall, and a golden thread connects us all. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one.